Do this if she ignores you. The results are amazing. Everything was great until recently. Now, she's suddenly ignoring you, and you're left wondering why. If you're thinking, why is my girlfriend ignoring me after our last date? You're not alone. If this sounds familiar, stay tuned. In this video, we'll reveal what to do when she ignores you. And trust me, the results are amazing. Let's dive in. Number 1, find out why. Seek to understand the root cause of your girlfriend's first neglect. You can decide what to do next by having knowledge about the underlying cause. It is possible, for example, that she is avoiding you because she is closing herself off due to her problems. Or maybe she's being unfaithful because she wants to break up with you, or because she's having a sexual relationship with someone else. Her reason for ignoring you matters a great deal. In what way do you discover? Or how can you know for sure that she's telling the truth when she responds? All you can do, though, is ask her eventually. If she is unwilling to talk, you should start looking for clues. Remember not to try to read her mind or become unduly focused. Number 2, give her some space. Giving your girlfriend some space won't hurt if you're not sure why she's avoiding you. There are proper and improper ways to go about this. The proper approach is to politely offer her time and space alone while continuing to keep the required and friendly communication. The incorrect approach is to give her a cold look and deliberately ignore her in person, as well as in your texts and phone calls, in an effort to get even. Giving your girlfriend space doesn't mean resentfully and reluctantly retreating. It's about temporarily changing your course so she can have the time and room she needs to come to her senses and gather her thoughts. Thus, you're on the correct route as long as you approach it in the proper manner, which is to give her space with respect, no matter what is going on. Showing that you're mature and self-sufficient enough to let up on the pressure is both attractive and reassuring. If she's just temporarily dealing with something unrelated to you, she'll be deeply appreciative when she comes back around to her old self. Number 4, see if she needs to get help. Life can truly be an incredible roller coaster, and occasionally it impacts close ones. Your partner is probably doing her hardest to deal with some major mental health concerns. It's better not to take it personally if it makes her turn her shoulder away from you. Attempt to ask her politely whether she's okay and whether she would want to talk to someone instead. Depression, severe panic disorder, OCD, and psychosis can all be effectively treated with a range of medical interventions, physical activity, and complementary therapies. It's obvious that she can come across as distant and uncaring when she is coping with mental health problems that have truly affected her. Now could be your moment to support your girlfriend by asking her for help and encouraging her to open up. You cannot promise that you can solve or even heal her problems. However, you can give it a shot and support her throughout this trying period. Isn't that the behavior of a gentleman? Number 5, find out for sure if she's really the one. Doubts regarding your girlfriend's sincerity as the one are understandable if she is neglecting you. Sincerely, you're probably questioning if this is the correct relationship for you. Even though everything was fantastic when you two first started dating, you feel as though you've stepped into a Twilight Zone episode right now, and all you want is to wake up. Furthermore, let's be honest, we might squander a lot of time and effort on relationships that ultimately don't work out. It's hard to find true love, and it's even harder to find your soulmate. Try to determine whether she is the one. Number 6, avoid getting angry. If your girlfriend is ignoring you, try your best not to get upset with her. When the words are nasty, they can easily escalate into a breakup. If you do lose it and throw your phone against the wall, make sure it's in private and away from her presence. When attempting to communicate, stay focused on eye comments rather than accusations or words placed in her mouth. For instance, rather than stating, "When you behave like this, you are so passive-aggressive," say something like, "I have been feeling really isolated lately because I really want someone to talk to." This shifts the focus from her fault to your emotions and experiences. It communicates to her your wants and that you are making an effort to act responsibly in this circumstance. Number 7, listen hard. It is simple to draw assumptions if your partner seems to be neglecting you. However, making snap judgments destroys connections. Try your best to pay attention to anything she says in place of doing this. Try to pay attention if she says, "I just need some time right now." When she says something vague regarding your connection, make an effort to politely inquire as to what she means. And then pay attention. She'll show herself when she's ready. If you show her that you won't interrupt and that you're ready to listen to her completely without passing judgment, it will go a long way toward helping her feel comfortable enough to open up. But while she's talking, avoid rolling your eyes, groaning, making noises, and anxiously checking your watch. Number 8, break through the politeness. Feeling uneasy about confrontation is a major contributing factor to partners' tendency to ignore one another in relationships. They both shut down and shut up to avoid a fight. This is extremely harmful and usually signals the end of a romantic relationship. The way out is to cut through the politeness. Reassure her that you're open to her opinions if she seems to be avoiding you. This is one of the best things you can do. Reassure her that you will not take it personally. Open your mind to whatever she decides to reveal to you or withhold. Move on with your life. But if you want to keep your partner happy, you must also also demonstrate that you won't be crushed if she tells you anything you don't want to hear. You know what I mean, don't you? Number 9, think, why are you really with your girlfriend? You must be brutally honest with yourself if you truly want to deal with your girlfriend's disregard for you. I have no access to your thoughts or what you think. They are entirely private. However, be truthful with yourself about your relationship with your partner. As an illustration, let's say your primary reason for being with your girlfriend is that you find her gorgeous and hot. Alternatively, you spend most of your time with your girlfriend because you get emotional stimulation and fulfillment from your conversations with her. Alternatively, you spend most of your time with your partner because you despise and harbor a persistent fear of being left alone. A single factor need not be the only one. However, attempt to identify the primary reasons you are with her. Then decide if continuing to engage in your relationship is actually worth it, given this difficult period and her actions. Number 10, dump her. It goes without saying that the executive decision is to dump her. This is not an easy decision, and you may later find yourself wondering if you had given her more time, she might have grown closer to you. There's no way for you to know that, though, unless you're living a timeline in a parallel universe. It is therefore imperative that you act in your own best interest, given that you are a part of this history. Moreover, there are instances when quitting the circumstance is your best option if you've had enough and wish to keep your sanity. Prior to making a decision, ensure that you are at peace with yourself about ending this relationship.